sensibilisation ce jour-là, pour ce jour-là, sur l'auteur. Il va falloir qu'on ait leurs sentiments, qu'est-ce qu'ils gardent de ce grand événement, qu'est-ce qu'ils gardent de la Masso, quelles sont les projections.
Dans cette équipe de retransmission de la cérémonie de tirage au sort, Masso Acte 3, Raïssa Moko mettra sa voix au service des convives.
Je me sens bien, je me sens comme quelqu'un qui fera ce qu'il a à faire simplement. Pour ce que j'ai à faire, il s'agit ici de présenter une partie de la cérémonie dont nous serons au devant de la scène. Il s'agira de permettre aux mutualistes de savoir s'ils sont bénéficiaires ou non de l'offre choisie.
Toutes les actions seront coordonnées et synchronisées à travers un programme déjà établi. Le rédacteur en chef, Bertrand Ona, partage chaque matin son expérience et son intelligence pour un succès sans faille.
Tout a été mis en œuvre pour que Royal FM fasse du 9 juillet un événement mémorable parce qu'il y aura une couverture en direct de la radio. Il y aura également doses d'informations qui permettront donc à tout le public, à ceux qui ne pourront pas se rendre au Palais des Sports, de pouvoir vivre cet événement en écoutant Royal FM, en regardant les images sur la toile.
L'événement commence à 14h. Il est préférable d'arriver à partir de 10h pour avoir une place préférable.
En santé, la campagne nationale de vaccination de lutte contre la rubéole et la rougeole se poursuit. Débutée mercredi dernier, elle s'achève le 9 juin prochain et se fait dans tous les lieux publics. Les formations sanitaires comme le complexe hospitalier La Mamu et autres sites identifiés par le ministre Santé. Objectif, atteindre un taux de couverture de 95%. À côté de la vaccination, l'accent est également mis sur la sensibilisation au sujet de la rubéole. Voici les explications du docteur Paul Onambele, médecin. Il discute avec Raïssa Moko.
Maladie infectieuse conduite par un virus, la rubéole n'est pas très différente de la rougeole. Elle se transmet par voie aérienne et lorsqu'on est en contact avec le virus. Docteur Paul Onambele est médecin, chef du district de santé de Soie.
Elle se manifeste par une fièvre, des éruptions cutanées, une toux. Très souvent aussi, vous avez une fatigue qui est associée à certains signes digestifs. Donc, c'est une maladie qui est bénigne chez l'enfant déjà né, si je vous permets de le dire ainsi.
Les complications graves peuvent surgir chez le fœtus pendant la grossesse.
Lorsque la mère s'infecte pendant la grossesse, il y a des risques de malformation cérébrale, de malformation des oreilles, de l'oreille interne, de malformations cardiaques. Et c'est ça qui représente dans la dangerosité de la maladie, c'est-à-dire le syndrome de rubéole congénitale.
Tout comme la rougeole, la rubéole n'a pas de traitement spécifique. La lutte se fait dans la prévention.
La vaccination, dans notre programme élargi de vaccination, est prévue dès 9 mois et avec un rappel au 15e mois. C'est un vaccin qu'on associe avec le vaccin de la rougeole et on les donne au même moment. Vous ne pouvez vraiment pas attraper la rubéole pendant la grossesse au premier trimestre parce que les risques de transmission au fœtus sont élevés et cette transmission au fœtus peut entraîner des avortements, des morts fétales in utero, mort du fœtus, peut également entraîner des complications graves du système nerveux et des organes de la bulle.
Le vaccin protège l'enfant toute sa vie et toujours selon Dr Paul Onambele, médecin, en faisant les rappels, l'on renforce l'immunité de ce dernier. Et c'est pareil pour la femme enceinte et la femme en âge de procréer.
La page internationale.
En un seul télégramme ce matin, Irlande, une petite ville du sud de Dublin, vient d'interdire l'usage des téléphones smartphones aux enfants de moins de 13 ans à l'école et à la maison. Ce n'est pas une obligation, mais une recommandation que la quasi-totalité des parents ont décidé de suivre. Il est question, disent-ils, d'éviter les tentations aux enfants. Et puis, sans transition sport, la cérémonie d'ouverture des Jeux des personnes spéciales de l'Afrique francophone se tiendra mercredi prochain au Palais polyvalent des sports de Yaoundé. La deuxième édition de cette compétition connaîtra la participation d'une dizaine de pays. Sur la participation des délégations étrangères et les innovations des Jeux des personnes spéciales de l'Afrique francophone, je vous invite à écouter Jean-Marie Aliokol, le président de la Fédération camerounaise des sports pour déficients intellectuels. Il s'exprime au micro de Royal FM.
Le 8 juillet, les premières délégations arrivent, à savoir celles des organismes internationaux tels que la Conféges qui nous accompagne, parce que la Conféges veut également voir de plus près ce que nous faisons et question d'orienter le futur, le 9, 10 et 11, où les délégations vont arriver, c'est-à-dire telles que le Centrafrique, Gabon, Mali, Niger et Djibouti. Les IPSAF, c'est d'abord une compétition africaine avec les valeurs africaines tenant compte des réalités africaines. Vous irez aux Jeux paralympiques, vous n'allez pas trouver des footballeurs en béquille. Nous sommes en train de vouloir expérimenter cela parce que c'est en Afrique que nous trouvons beaucoup ces athlètes-là et d'autres aspects culturels que nous voulons également implémenter. Donc c'est pour dire que ces spécificités vont entrer en jeu et vont nous permettre de faire grandir le mouvement.
La suite du 8h bilingue, c'est en langue de Shakespeare avec ERATUS NDUEH.
Welcome back. Former Prime Minister Philemon Yang is Cameroon's candidate for the post of President of the next General Assembly of the United Nations, designated by President Paul Biya. Philemon Yang was presented by the African Democratic Group in Yaoundé yesterday by the External Minister, le jeune Mbela. The Minister Mbela said the democratic and the language skills as well as the moderate character of the former Prime Minister are qualities that make Cameroon's candidate unique. The Minister of Employment and Vocational Training says is ready to finance bankable projects. The announcement was made by the Minister Issa Tiroma Bakari during an exchange with the youth and the widows on July 6 at the National Museum and part of the CLE 2023. In the meantime, the Minister of Finance, Louis-Paul Motazi, says it is important for the government and parliament to get hold with achievement and progress made during the past financial year in order not to face future challenges. He was speaking yesterday during a debatable orientation debate on the 2024-2026 midterm economic and debatory programming at the Senate. The debate was coordinated by the Senate President Marcet Nyak Njifenji. Some corrupt individuals are using various social media platforms for transmitting unfounded information about the supposed recruitment of 5,000 teachers into the public service. In a recent press briefing on the 2023 session of competitive entrance examination for indirect and direct recruitment, Public Service and Administrative Reforms Minister Joseph Le disclosed that a total of 2,285 candidates will be selected through 48 examinations. In the excerpt that follows, the Minister of Public Service and Administrative Reforms, Joseph Le, assures Cameroonians that there will not be any room for corruption. Take a listen to him speak in this excerpt.
I particularly like to urge you to carefully read the orders announcing the competitive examinations you are applying for. Make sure you are qualified so as to avoid any unpleasant surprise. Any application that fails to meet the eligibility criteria will be rejected outright. Even if you are successful, your admission will be cancelled if your application is deemed irregular in accordance with the regulations in force. In the same way, I urge you to be more vigilant so as not to give in to merchants of illusion who vainly promise you success in exchange for money. It's a pure scam. You can even denounce them by contacting Minfopra's anti-corruption unit, joseph.le@minfopra.gov.cm.
The Minister of Public Service Administrative Reforms speaking there in a recent press briefing. The Cameroon Democratic Front, the CDF party, has turned 5 years old. As part of celebration, a series of activities were launched yesterday in Yaoundé, amongst which is the Open Day of Cameroonian Democrats. Here now is Joseph Ayangma, president of the Mbam and Enubu division, who talks about the celebration and the vision behind the party. He was speaking on the microphone of Jean-Marie Anaba.
As far as the vision of the party is concerned, we are here, to call for youths, because the real problem, as we notice, is that youths and women are not more involved in politics, and that's a real problem. We are here to warm up the crowd, especially youths and women, to join our party in order to change or to renew the political class in Cameroon. As far as our activities this week are concerned, we have established our activities on 4 major 4 days, as from today to Sunday. We are going to visit so many tombs, leaders that have battled for this country, especially people like Andre Marimbida, Ruben Umnyobe. And second, we are going to celebrate a kind of living together in Hotel Franco on Sunday, where we are going to offer, traditional dishes, because actually we also noticed that Cameroonians are not consuming Cameroonians, and it is a real problem. We cannot involve in elections if we have not warmed up the crowd for that. First, we want to warm up the crowd to enroll in the list. Second, we are sure that we are going to be present during the next presidential elections, and we are actually working on that.
Joseph Ayangma speaking there. And on to International Day, today is being observed as the International Peace and Love Day, celebrated every July 7. The day seeks to spread positive energy across the world. Peace and Love Day doesn't go or is nothing but the spark that goes beyond everything in the world wide and cannot be captured. So as Cameroon joins their peers to observe the International Day, a sociologist by name Alium Nicola says peace and love enhances living together. Take a listen.
Peace, that's to do with living together. And the same thing with love, when you said you are extending love. Peace has to do with tolerance, meaning we can tolerate each other for many things. And that will lead to peaceful coexistence between one another. So that is why the peace and love in this celebration has a great meaning in fostering social cohesion among Cameroonians.
And on to Maso, in less than 2 days, over at the different agencies of the Rona-Pro Finance SA in Yaoundé, workers say they are already and are anxiously waiting for the July 9 to celebrate African solidarity with mutualists at the Paposi this Sunday. As you tell us, Mapalazita, in this report.
Just like every other Rona-Pro Finance SA agency, the BMRC office awaits Sunday's raffle draw in all anxiousness. Martha is an employee of the BMRC agency of Rona-Pro Finance SA.
As in how far we are prepared in BMRC for the Maxo Actory, we are very much prepared, and we are so anxious. We are anxiously waiting. We can't wait for Sunday to come.
Worth noting that this agency has been one of those on which the beauty of the mutual assistance and solidarity has been more radiant during the last 2 acts, as Martha explains.
We are really, really waiting, keeping our fingers crossed, praying very hard night and day that God should find favor in us in order that we should have as many laws as possible, so that in the next act we will not be having difficulties. So the entire BMRC agency as a whole, we are so prepared and we can't wait for Sunday to come.
And as they look forward to once again be highly favored on July the 9th, Martha says they remain steadfast in prayers.
For the past 2 years, we've had the best laws, because in the first act we had the house, in the second act we had the house. So this year we are anxiously waiting, and we are asking ourselves questions like, are we still going to have another house? Is God still going to grant us that grace?
Everyone definitely can't wait for Sunday to come, as every agency wishes to get the biggest bite of the different Maso offers.
And on to this future story, the phenomenon of tattooing, which have become the order of the day in our society, has wooed many young people and the old in its practice for diverse reasons, one being to show off and others for pleasure. But as the love for tattooing continues to rise in Cameroon and beyond, our student journalist Ebanda Leon went down the street of Yaoundé to find out from Cameroonians the reason for their love and why, and compile this report.
Young artists, stars, are influential people. Whatever thing they do on their body, someone will always want to do the same. Most of these people do it because they are artists, but our young citizen goes on putting tattoo on them for decoration.
To my concern, people will be forced because of a follow of crowd. They'll just follow crowd because maybe of stars and maybe their friends who have been doing that, and that is a very good thing without not knowing the consequences, because when engaged in such a case, you cannot more than things that people cannot more do again, like having jobs, come out from certain jobs, no more having jobs again in Cameroon, and because of that, some concours that people cannot more do.
Moreover, youth actually put tattoo on them because they can be influenced by somebody or even a parent, while others actually put tattoo on them to cover some mark in their body, who is actually good to be seen.
Some youth make tattoo because some friends influence that place on them, their friends making it, and they really want to make it. And some of them, there is desire because they are really fans of tattoos, and they want to hide maybe a mark, or they want to hide a mark, and that's why they make tattoo. But they don't know the consequences that tattoo have on them. With tattoo, when you're having tattoo, some of them are lacking cancer. Others, they lost their dignity, because some people can see them as people that are maybe not normal, or that's why some tattoos are not good.
Bad company, desire, signification are some of the reasons why most citizens want to put tattoo without knowing all the effect on the skin of a human being.
People do tattoo for good reasons, and the other side is for bad reasons. Most people decide to do tattoo because it's a symbol that help you to remember about a particular situation that happened in your life. That was one of the most important situations that occurred in your life. That's why some people decide to draw tattoo on their body, and some also decide to draw tattoo on their bodies. Like, for example, somebody will go and phrase on her body, like, always be strong in your life.
While noting that, health experts say tattoo can have health effect on one's health.
And in sport, the new Executive Bureau of the East Regional Olympic and Sport Committee has been installed into office yesterday in Betua. The National President of the Cameroon Olympic and Sport Committee, Kenehama Kakaba Mabum, presided over the ceremony, calling on the newly installed to revive Olympianism and also build young talent in that region. And that was it we'd have for you for the 8 a.m. bilingual newscast on Royal FM. Romuald Ekume was our sound engineer and technical writer. Jean-Marie Utu, our video editor, script editor, Gementa. The news was edited by Gementa and Bertrand Ouona. Editorial coaching, Ebe Bella Samari. Coordination, Jean Patientala. And for general supervision, Reverend Pastor Bisai Emmanuel Noël. For presentation, we have been ERATUS NDUEH Anne.
Jean-Claude NGUE, nous vous disons 1000 fois merci de votre aimable attention et vous donnons rendez-vous lundi quand il sera 8h à Yaoundé. Par la même occasion, nous vous souhaitons de passer un excellent week-end. La suite des programmes sur Royal FM, c'est avec Francis Libéral qui est dans la place. Francis, bonjour et bon début de week-end.
Bonjour JCN, bonjour ERATUS et bonjour à tous.
Comment ça va ce matin?
Oui, ça va, tranquille.
La nuit a été en quel mode? Mode rêve
non,
ou mode
moi
sommeil?
je dors beaucoup. Il faut dormir pour récupérer, question d'être en forme.
Alors au petit déjeuner ce matin, qu'est-ce qu'on a pris?
Non, moi je prends pas de petit déjeuner ces derniers temps. Je mange désormais une fois, maximum 2 fois par jour.
Et le menu de midi, ce sera quoi?
Non, on le saura tout à l'heure quand il sera 11h55.